So, I'm going to be talking about what games that I find interesting in the 2023 NFL regular season before the regular season starts. Well, at the beginning of the end of preseason. So, going into it, in the regular season, I think obviously the kickoff game is gonna be interesting on NBC and Universal. It is Lions at Chiefs. That's gonna be an interesting game, just to see if the Chiefs, can look as good as they did obviously last year in the Super Bowl, and not losing very many games, winning most of their games, playing pretty good and playing big game, good in games going to the Super Bowl. So we'll see. They can. Usually it's harder, win in all these modern leagues. It's hard to, because it's not like back in the day where teams, maybe you didn't have maybe one team had all the good players, and you're stirring or teams, you know what I mean? The Chiefs are a good team, but there's a good amount of teams that could go, the the Bengals go Super Bowl, the Bills go Super Bowl. You have the Ravens, you have the Bills, you have the Chiefs in the AFC. You got some good teams. You have the Jets, you have the Dolphins, the Jaguars. Teams, sleeper teams, maybe a few. But you got some good teams, that can go, So it's gonna be tough, But I'm interested in that one, obviously, to see if they're good, and let's see the Lions are just as good as last year. They may not be the best, but at least they can, may not win, but they can at least show promise. I'm also interested in Bengals Browns, see if Joe Burrow is healthy by the time Bengals Browns starts. Obviously, as a Vikings fan, I'm interested to see how the Vikings do, but I think a lot of people are interested in how the Vikings are doing, mainly because of the fact that the Vikings are one of those teams that were 13-4 last year, and they had their losses. A lot of their losses were either ugly. They had ugly losses. They're 3 of their 4 losses are blowouts. One loss was by 10-12 points in that range, so it was closer, but to Lions. But we'll see if they can if the Vikings can do as well as they did last year and actually win. Has some games that might not be so close, in wins, and some losses, that are a little bit closer. So we'll see, I'm interested to see how the 49ers do with Brock Purdy at quarterback again. That's gonna be interesting. Packers and Bears is gonna be interesting, because see how the Packers do, especially without Aaron Rodgers. No Aaron Rodgers, and how the Bears do. The Bears seem to do good in the beginning, but at the end, they peter out. Really, they had a long lose streak last year. So we'll see, and see if the Eagles are just as good last year. That would be interesting. That'd been interesting. This Bills and Jets team. It's the first Monday Night Football of the game of the year. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, see if the Jets can actually really, be a real competitor in the AFC East. Can they be a real competitor in the AFC East? Or are they just one of those teams that, might take a few weeks, but they'll be a real competitor then? Maybe. We'll see on that one. That's going to be an interesting game. Week 2. Obviously, the Vikings and Eagles game. Well, mainly because, actually, to be a good competitor in the NFC, you gotta beat some good teams, and if they can beat a really good team, because the Vikings do have tougher schedule, so we'll see on that one. You know what I mean? Other than that, maybe Chiefs, Jaguars, Chargers, Titans would be maybe good. Jets and Cowboys, that's gonna be a big game for Rodgers against another good team. And then there's 2 Monday night, Saints and Panthers on ESPN Deportes. And then ABC is going to have the Browns and Steelers. And then obviously ESPN Deportes is probably going to have the end of the Browns and Steelers game. So, you know. So I'm interested in the 2 Monday night footballs. They had 2 Monday night footballs last week too. They had the Titans and at the Bills, and they had the Vikings at Eagles. So I'm interested. To see how these 2 Monday nights shape up. You know, week 3. Obviously the primetime games are always good. The Giants and Raiders is gonna be a good primetime one. Yeah. Chargers and Vikings is another good one. See if the Chargers are for real. The Vikings and Chargers. There's a good matchup here in the early Fox window. Maybe a Packers Saints one, maybe on CBS in the early window. You have Bills, or not Bills, but you have the Patriots Jets. That's gonna be a good one. In early season test, see the Patriots are actually for real. It's a really good team. The Bears and Chiefs. Yeah, the Chiefs are, that's gonna be interesting. And then ABC and ESPN Plus is got an early game at 7:15 Eastern. Eagles and Buccaneers, and Rams and Bengals at 8:15 Eastern on ESPN and ESPN Deportes. And then, what's also interesting is, Monday nights, or Thursday nights are interesting. But it is going to be a good divisional test, The Falcons and Jaguars in London. That's going to be a good one in London, England, or London, United Kingdom. That's going to be a good one, around there. See if the Falcons and Jaguars can actually do some good then. Show up for London. It's always one of those games in London where, you might not be a fan of those two teams playing, but there'll always be fans. They're fans of American football over there. Which, there's not a whole ton of, not like a huge amount of fans over in, Europe. But there's enough to garner interest in, in a couple of games, a few games a year over there. So. And fans, even if you're fans of American football in general, you'll go over there and watch. You'll go watch. The Dolphins and Bills, that should be a big showdown, good showdown. The 2 NFC South winners in the main in the Fox early window. Dolphins and Bills probably a CBS early window game. Or maybe it's Bengals Titans and Fox. Ooh. That's going to go into the early window. On the late window, we got, I guess, Patriots, Cowboys. Those are two good teams, battling out. Chiefs, Jets, that's going to be a big good one. And Seahawks and Giants and other teams in the bottom of the playoff pitch. That could actually be decided early in the year. The win could change things. The tiebreakers in the playoffs, in the playoff race. And then we have, this one. Actually, it could be good if the Bears are doing good. Jaguars, Bills. That's gonna be a good NFL Network London game. We have in the first regular season game of the year. Because they always have London games in the Frankfurt. You have 2 London games and Frankfurt, Germany games. And then there's the and then NFL Network also has Saturday afternoon games after college regular seasons run when the early bowl games run. They're gonna have the 3 probably on week 15. I believe it's like week 15. And then week 16 is gonna be NBC and Peacock. It's gonna have one. And then there's going to be what is it? And then week 18 and 17 is gonna have one on Saturday instead of for the pseudo Monday night game because ESPN's college football playoffs is gonna be on New Year's Day, Monday 1st. You know, instead of being pushed back a day because of you don't have a Monday night or that like the Rose Bowl and all them bowls. You know, games. And they're pushed back a day. So we'll see, you know. And then, yeah. And then there's 2 Saturday nights, week 18 on ESPN. But anyways, I mean, Giants offense could be a good one, but Ravens Steelers is a good one. Chiefs and Vikings is gonna be the feature one of the day. And 2 teams that can be in the NFC playoffs, and then week 4 they're back to 2 or 1 Monday night. So week 4. And then it was saying, yep, that's gonna be good Monday or Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon there in London. Seahawks Bengals is gonna be a good playoff matchup. On Fox is the Eagles Jets, which is gonna be a really good show, and so is Giants and Bills. Cowboys and Chargers are gonna be good Monday night as well. A real good Monday night. So we'll see on that. And then Jaguars Saints. I mean, that might turn out to be decent Monday night or Thursday night. Lions and Ravens and Fox. That's gonna be a good one. Bills and Patriots. That'll be a big one. Washington Commanders and New York Giants. That'll be a big one. And then we have Chargers and Chiefs is gonna be a big show. It's gonna be a really good one. Dolphins and Eagles. One of the 49ers and Vikings is gonna be a real good one as well. So there have been a few good games, you know. The main slots, the best ones. Vikings, Packers, you know, for a good NFC North, it could be a big one. The Patriots, Dolphins is a good one. Jets and Giants always fun, but they're actually a good team. Jaguars, Steelers could actually be a big one. Eagles and Commanders is a big one. And then you have Chiefs and Bengals and 49ers is gonna be a big one. A big test, but good one. And then yeah, those 2. Okay, and then week 9. These are not before Sunday football can flex after so long. And then the first Titans and Steelers are gonna be on Prime Video. Frankfurt, Germany, Dolphins and Chiefs is gonna be a good one. Texans Ravens is gonna be a big one. Commanders and Patriots is gonna be a big one. Cowboys and Eagles, that's always big. Bills, Bengals, you know, big one. And Chargers, Jets, that's gonna be a huge one on Monday night. And then week 10, I'm looking forward to obviously Frankfurt, Germany is always gonna be quotes Patriots. But then you have 49ers and Jaguars gonna be a good one. Packers and Steelers gonna be a good huge one. Lions and Chargers, Giants and Cowboys. Bears and Seahawks. I mean, I would say Broncos, but they haven't turned around quite yet. If they start turn around, maybe better. Bengals, Ravens, that's gonna be good on Monday night. Or Thursday night, excuse me. Chargers, Packers. Titans, Jaguars. Giants, Commanders. Jets, Bills. and Eagles Chiefs. Oh, that's gonna be huge rematch in Super Bowl.